Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you these new players to snipe and trade with in FIFA 21. So we're going to get straight into it here. This is pretty much the best sniping filter, and I'm going to show you a few player examples and stuff like that to go with. So you can see here what the filter is. It's pretty much Germany and Bundesliga for this video, as currently due to the SBCs and stuff going on right now, and also just being one of the biggest leagues and nations in the game, it's just really good right now to snipe with this filter, and also players from this sort of area, region, I suppose you could say. So people in here, so you could see examples I will go through now. So Nabry is a good one. Players mainly about 85 rated, in between 82 sort of to 85 roughly. So Borman, it can be good as well. Goalkeepers, so that's just a few examples. I'll give some more specific examples. The first one being Kevin Trapp, 83 rated. And you can see Bundesliga and Germany for his nation. Very, very cheap for 83 rated, making him very useful for a lot of SBCs. Tons and tons of pages of him on the market. So, and also loads due to him being pretty low rated, 83 rated. Not too low, but sort of that good point where there's a lot of people backing him. But he's very cheap as well, so people are selling him, and you can use him a lot of the time in SBCs. So people do need him for that. So it's pretty much just fodder cards, which is mainly in this method. The next one is Sané, a little bit higher rated, but another perfect example. 85 rated seems to be like the perfect rating really, and then a little bit less than that is also alright. So do want his gold card, and you can see he's a little bit more expensive, but also very good to snipe as well. A lot of people actually need him for their team sometimes as well, and also for high rated SBCs we need the slightly higher rated SBC players like Sané. And from a very good nation where a lot of people do need him. You can see there's a few going for 18k here. These are probably gone by the time I refresh anyway, those cards there. Yeah, so you can see how well he is to pick him up for a few hundred coins less, few thousand coins. It's a little bit hard with the more expensive players because it can be a bit harder to work out the tax. Just use FOPR's tax calculator, or to work out on a calculator or whatever, for only 5% for any player. So yeah, pretty easy to work it out, which is why it can be better for cheaper players sometimes though. But if I go back to the filter, so Germany is also a pretty good one, and Bundesliga obviously very good, one of the biggest leagues in the game. Mix them together and it just seems to be the best way to search. You can try just one of them on their own. I recommend also using gold, or at least maybe not silvers, probably. Definitely not bronzes, either gold rares or just gold commons. I prefer gold rares personally, I think it's easier to trade with, more of them in the market. But you can see pretty much all these players here you could snipe. And you don't need to snipe just specific players where you may get a bit more money, but also you may want to snipe just the whole filter. A lot more luck you'll get with that. You'll get a lot more players popping up. There's obviously a lot more players in that region to snipe with. So if you just find the max by now. I'm not going to do it right now because it takes a little bit of time, but just find sort of the sweet spot to go with, and then players popping up there, buy anyone who pops up, and then just sell them instantly, and you'll make a profit on all of them, no matter what card it is. 76 ones, maybe not quite as good rating to go with. I recommend from 81, 82, at least from the 80s above, 85 to 86 max. Yeah, so Borman, a really good example, and Trapp is probably one of the best ones I do personally. I think Bender can be pretty good as well, to be honest, because no one actually needs him for his team because he's got such bad pace, no one will use him. But Bundesliga and Germany makes him very good for a lot of SBCs, and not too bad rating for his price as well. Sul or Sule, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, and Can as well, and also Haustenberg. Very good players, these three here. Very cheap cards. This one is a little bit too expensive, I'm not sure why. It's not normally that expensive, but players with low pace actually tend to be usually the best ones to snipe, as a lot of people use them in SBC just as fodder cards. It's because they're very cheap for high rated, because basically the only expensive cards on FIFA are pretty much high rated ones, to be honest. So anyone with low pace will be very cheap and also very high rated, meaning they're going to be very, very useful for SBC, as no one really wants to use them in their teams. Yes, that's pretty much it for this video. This is the best sniping filter to go with. Switch it up, use specific players if you want to, like the examples I gave you, or just use this general filter and then see how you do. I'll let you do this now, and thank you for watching. So subscribe for more 15 videos like these, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.